don't need anything else. This is perfect. Finally, outside in the woods once again. It's been a minute. It's been work, it's been weather, it's been a whole lot of different things. But here I am, outside once again. And I see there is extreme amount of cobwebs around. Look at these. I don't think I've seen anything like it before. I guess it's because of the fog that you're seeing all the water droplets on the webs. It's beautiful though. This route is one that I had to abort once. I had to stop before I reached the top. Hopefully I'll get further today. And I have the feeling that the fog will lift soon. Hope my feeling is right. The last time I hiked these woods, it was deep snow and I was wearing snowshoes. It was below 20 degrees Celsius and it was a struggle. It was a really tough struggle to get up here even. I think I remember, but everything's quite different now. Now it's dark green and brown, and back then it was white mostly. But yeah, I have a good feeling for this hike, although it's still foggy. Some blue spots here and there because it forecasted sunny weather. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I think I've said it 100 times before, or maybe not 100, but I've said it many times before. One of the most important things when hiking or being outside in general is to keep warm. But when you're out like this, hiking steep hills, you're bound to get sweaty. And when you're as stupid as me, you forget to bring some extra clothes. So I have to take off this sweater, hike in my t-shirt, so that I have this one when I get up to the top. Because if I sweat out this, so this one is wet when I get to the top, I do not have anything to keep me warm at the top. And sitting still and being wet is way worse than being warm and wet. Because when you're in motion, you obviously stay warm. So off with the sweater before it gets too wet. And I am naturally quite warm. I rarely freeze much. So this is just all right. It was about 11-12 degrees down by the car. I guess it's a bit more up here, or maybe a bit less. Hard to tell. Approximately the same, I'd say. But at the top, it can be way colder. Maybe it's some wind and all that nasty stuff. But I'm not going to freeze and get sick. That's for sure. We all know that seasonal depression is a real thing. It's a fact. But why? Well, the lack of direct sunlight, I'd say. And that's also the reason I smile when I see the sun. Because now I'm above the fog. If I turn around, I can barely see through the trees down in the valleys that there is still some fog, although it's clearing. Sun makes you happy. Source of all life, together with water. It's actually a bit hard to tell, but I think I'm almost at the place where I stopped the last time. I can't remember if I went down this crevice here, just down there and up there, or if I just went straight up there and stopped. I can't remember. Anyways, I'm almost at where I stopped, and that means I'm not far away from the actual destination, which is great. I feel great, although I'm sweaty, warm, tired. I feel great. This is great. This is just what I need. Sweating, breathing fresh air, listening to nothing but the birds. It's so quiet. I can hear some water down. We had some heavy rains, so it's some water down the trail there. But other than that, it's just the birds. This is where I stopped. I had my rest here by that boulder, and I was not sure if the trail went straight past it or up behind it. I couldn't find it, so I stopped. I was really tired, hiking through the snow straight upwards for almost 2 kilometers in snowshoes in deep snow. I don't know if anything really helps when you have deep snow. The snowshoes help a bit, of course, but and skis wouldn't do much. So it was an exhausting hike, and I stopped there. But I'm not stopping here now. I'm pushing on, heading to the top. I can see the fog over there, the fog over there. Almost like when you're taking off with a plane and you get through the clouds. next time I'm going for such a hike in such weather, I need to bring a towel. It's dripping from my forearms, it's dripping from my eyebrows, it's dripping everywhere. Anyways, I've reached the destination. Although it's not the exact top, you can continue the hike further over there. This is the destination, at least for today. And I just wanted to show you this. Now look at this. Isn't this amazing? I'm so happy I did this. I'm so happy I did this. And I'm also happy I didn't do this in the winter, because I would probably never get down again. I've hiked for approximately 1 hour, 1.3 kilometers. And if I look at this watch I have had an elevation of 380 meters since I started. I think that's enough. I need a rest. I need a rest. One funny thing, is the mountain straight over there. That's where I had an accident almost a year ago, in December of 2024. I had the accident with the axe. And that's just over there. It feels so far away. Mostly because I drove 10 more minutes and I hiked for even longer. And the vegetation here is quite different as well. I mean, on top here I have these boggy landscapes behind me, and over there it's woods. It's a bit tiny lake on top, but it's woods. The way up here was steep, exhausting for about an hour. And now I'm going the same way back down. And my experience tells me that hiking down is even more exhausting because you have to kind of brake with your legs all the time so you don't just run down. But I expect it to be swift nonetheless.